This was my first classroom, John. Did you know that? My first desk.
Didn't know you taught, Mr. Nolan.
English. Oh, long before your time. It was hard giving it up, I can tell you. I'm hearing rumors, John, about some unorthodox teaching methods in your classroom. I'm not saying they've had anything to do with the Dalton boys' outburst. But I don't think I have to warn you, boys his age are very impressionable.
Well, your reprimand made quite an impression, I'm sure.
What was going on in the courtyard the other day?
Courtyard?
Yeah, boys marching, clapping in unison.
Oh, that was an exercise to prove a point. Dangers of conformity.
Well, John, the curriculum here is set. It's proven it works. If you question it, what's to prevent them from doing the same?
I always thought the idea of education was to learn to think for yourself.
At these boys' age, not on your life.
In today's On the Red Carpet report, we say goodbye to a man who spent 9 decades in show business.
Norman Lloyd worked in every medium there is and left an indelible mark along the way. Entertainment reporter George Pinocchio joins us live from home with a remembrance of a life well lived. George?
Well, hi, David. Hi, Ellen. Those 90 years include 8 different decades working in show business. And while at times he worked as a producer or a director, Norman Lloyd always considered himself first and foremost an actor. He started on the stage in the 1930s, and he got his big break on the big screen in the 1942 Alfred Hitchcock classic, Saboteur.
Tell him quick. The sleeve.
Norman Lloyd got noticed for his role in director Alfred Hitchcock's mystery, Saboteur. He was the saboteur, and his character would fall to his death from the top of the Statue of Liberty. Hitchcock would hire Lloyd again a few years later, working with Ingrid Bergman in the 1945 film Spellbound.
How do you feel today, Mr. Gahn?
Somewhat better, Doctor. The thing seems a little less troublesome.
Lloyd would go on to work with Charlie Chaplin in 1952's Limelight.
Do you know who that clown is?
Lloyd did a lot of work in TV in the 50s and 60s, both in front of and behind the scenes, often for Alfred Hitchcock's TV shows. In the 1970s, he appeared in such films as Audrey Rose and in the comedy FM. Television audiences really got to know him for his starring role as Dr. Daniel Auslander on the medical drama St. Elsewhere.
I need to know how to obtain some cannabis.
What?
Marijuana, pot, smoke, reefer. Something to counteract the side effects of chemotherapy.
Lloyd would return to the big screen after St. Elsewhere. He worked with Robin Williams in Dead Poets Society.
I'm hearing rumors, John, about some unorthodox teaching methods in your classroom.
He also appeared in The Age of Innocence, In Her Shoes, and in the Amy Schumer comedy Trainwreck.
None of these bums are the equal of Babe Ruth.
The Los Angeles City Council honored Lloyd on his 100th birthday in 2014. Back then, he credited his longevity with this.
It's a matter of attitude, of having a positive attitude. I really think it's all from the mind. If you feel you want to live, you'll live.
Lloyd played tennis until he was 100 years old, and he was known to enjoy a nice glass of wine. He and his wife Peggy were married for 75 years until her death in 2011.